Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dune Spice Wars, where some of you are probably already asking, hey, what are we doing at the main menu? Weren't we in the middle of something? The answer is yes we were, but without getting into too much detail about what's going on in my life, there was a reason I had to take a longer than usual break between episodes, and then in that longer than usual break, the developers of the game went and dropped a great big patch that changes some pretty significant things about the game, including significantly reworking how the Landsrad process fires every time a new council is up. And I thought, you know what? We had barely committed anything to that game. We're just going to start a new Fremen game from the top with the new systems so that I can adjust to them and everything. So the position we were building up was cool, but I think it's worth jumping in fresh here. So I think we're going to stick with the same idea as last time. Check this out. This is a thing they added. You can now lock tooltips in place so that you can mouse over information inside the tooltip. Absolutely fantastic. Love that very, very much. That you get a much better idea of what's actually going on in your text and whatnot. But yeah, I think for right now, let's just run it back as we were running it before. So, I don't really want to go into the game with too much of a plan. I want to be reactive to the planet around us. But I'm hoping that we're in a situation where we can create just a huge amount of money and try to maybe get in on the Chome thing early, just because that's the bit of the game I feel like I've interacted with the least at this point. We'll see. If we're given an opportunity if we're given a setup where for some reason it's easy to head toward one of the other victory types, we'll do it. So one thing that has been changed that we probably won't have much other time to talk about, and that's kind of not super relevant to us as Fremen, is I think I'm just gonna make 2 warriors this time actually. Is that harvesters no longer have to be manually deployed. All harvesters have the auto deploy thing. And they've implemented some new changes to still have there be some kind of risk reward play. It seems like a lot of the changes in the patch in general were aimed at kind of reducing the degree to which the game functions as a challenge on your limited amount of human attention. The thing that I think is most interesting about it. So that's kind of a bummer, but it's fine. Oh, okay, we're still in range of the siege, so this will be fast. Have here a harvester rack. We could just grab some leftover spice. That seems reasonable. Here, we'll turn up the base game speed again, as we usually do. There we go. And one of you can go grab that real fast. So we can put all or almost all of our actual spice harvesting into the market. Try to get that dust running earlier, and that makes me definitely think that we want to head in the direction of composite materials, particularly picking up Arrakis secrets early so that we know where the spice fields are, and we can try to head in those directions early. I guess again, we don't even have to take stuff over it. I got to remember that our harvesters can harvest neutral spice fields. Yeah, let's head in that direction. For that reason, we're going to try to optimize spice gain. Okay, what's going on in this village also? Okay, they've moved the village quirks down here. So plus plascrete per economy building, and also plus manpower if you have 1 building of each type. Another thing they did that I think is interesting is that they removed the wind trap from all the non-Fremen factions, but then they remade the dew collector to function more like the wind trap. I don't know, it seemed like a sort of an odd change. We have decent wind here. Let's start with a recruitment office, right? I think I want to build up 1 thing of each type in this area. We get a little bit more manpower going.
I wait.
Okay, we have a source of Solari up here. I think we're just gonna go right for that.
You will have it.
What is this gonna give us? So 25 manpower from an agent or some hireable units. Hireling type units you get from events and stuff, now have not just a trait that prevents them from healing normally, but also like an explicit maximum duration timer on them, I believe. That was the thing I saw in one of the patch notes. So, okay, we found a space wreck nice and early on and very close to home. That's really interesting. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm liking a lot of what's going on here. Do I want to build another ornithopter? I think I'm going to do one more. Also, I didn't realize I pulled somebody off of this thing before it was finished.
Arrakis
Is there a way to know which unit it was? Because I think if you send the wrong unit over there, they'll just stand at it and not accomplish anything. Oh, right. Also, if you want to harvest the dust, you do have to actually build the harvesting teams. How do video games work? Does anybody know? Can anybody explain to me how to video game? This wouldn't be a terrible place. Like, I'm definitely intending to take this region and this region and this region. This is not a terrible place for a maintenance center. Let's go ahead and slap one of those down, and then we'll get some kind of blue building up. So what are this village's traits? Plus intel when the village has one building of each type. Okay, I mean, that's, like, fine. This is something we're going to want to wait for an agent on. If I have you both run back over here, the one of you who was actually supposed to be working on that will get to work on it, right? This'll work out, I hope. All right, here we know we definitely want to run a processing plant for those rare minerals. It's a pretty good start on money. Got one of these. Okay, there we go. That fired.
Life is in the service.
Okay, you need to run over here and create a camp. And also take all of the manpower. Do I want this thing next? I mean, the space cruiser scraps that are appearing in the region periodically will be available to us whether or not we are actually in control of the region. I might want to take this over because of the way the ceremonial caves work. It's a little bit more important to have this thing early. Well, right, there's that technology, right, that makes the ceremonial caves give Solarian knowledge. Yeah. All right, this is maybe the next thing to grab. This has a wild looking, just like, chunk of rock in it, but apparently it's not actually a feature. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Just get y'all over here and heal up real quick, and then we can grab Arawa's. Can I actually take it? 53? We're pretty close.
We will help if we can.
All right, got our first agent up. Is that our first ship part? It is indeed.
Yes.
All right, 3 auto recons. Hopefully that'll be reasonable. We're actually all good on stockpile already.
What does Liet command?
Let's make sure both of them are getting meleeed. Okay, and for the moment, things are running pretty clean. Do we have the plascrete? Yeah, we got the plascrete to run a blue building in here as well. Do I just want to take a research hub? I mean, right now we have no intel. We should probably have some intel production going, and then that'll get me also... Oh, this is kind of awkward. With the way they've moved the village quirks into the UI, they're no longer visible while the building menu is open. That's less than ideal. Knowledge is important. But I mean, there are a lot of ways to get intel production. Yeah, I'm going to make it a knowledge building. So it's going to be a while before the first Landsred Council, but you'll see that's the way that functions has changed quite a bit. All right. This is almost perfectly timed. And here is our first agent. Fantastic. Solari production is increased by 0.5% per level. Okay. Let's go ahead and assign you to here. You know, maybe get me a probe set up so that when we know where all the spice is, we can drop stuff. We can drop intel on it right away. And let's have you go and get some manpower immediately. And I guess one of you can probably run out here and grab this, right? Supply bar is a little bit low. Maybe that was unwise. I guess we'll see. Okay, so I think I'm going to head through Freedom Fighters to, well, do I want to grab Shared Transcendence right away? We did just pick up the thing. But, like, you know, it's definitely competing with local dialect studies. And also Desert Wisdom, which is strong and more important the earlier you get it. Yeah, now that we know where the spice fields are, let's take a moment to go to Desert Wisdom, and then we'll come back for this other stuff. Do something like that. Yeah. All right, that's a lot of planning. Hopefully that's like a sensible order to do that in. And we've just revealed... Okay, so build me a new harvesting caravan. We know where our next spice deposit is. Okay, yeah, our supplies are going to last. We're fine. Okay, here in Arawaz, let's just go ahead and hit the ceremonial caves. And so, like, minus 5% spice production everywhere is quite an expense. And we're not going to have the resource for improving those for a while yet anyway, so maybe that's not the highest priority. Do we... No, there is not a region that's adjacent to this and the other spice field. No, and there won't be anything... Yeah, the spice fields are too far apart for us to get double value. We might be able to... Like, this region here, Arawan, might be adjacent to both of those spice fields. So that's cool. But honestly, we could probably just go ahead and build a spice silo here then. I'm okay with that. We're not going to get the overlap. So we can just take a nice normal efficiency one. Let's grab our spaceship parts, which we may need later. And it's going to be a second before we're ready to take over another region. Ooh.
We will help if we can.
This I like. Let's go have somebody explore that.
Digging. Beat him in pruning. We'll follow the path you set before us. It is
Okay.
for the best.
This region probably... We're going to have to wait until we have some manpower, sadly, before we can crew up. Gosh, resupplying really takes quite a while. Okay, this will be worth some manpower. And we're working on that other manpower. Sadly, these are just very, very slow. The agents are at it, but they can only do so much. Ooh. That right there is authority, and like a pretty critical amount of it as well. And that is a raider. Okay. Set up camp, please. That is a raider, which means there's a... And it seemed like they just appeared right here, which means there's a siege in that location. I don't know what to do to make it appear to us, but it'll be good to have it. We need to wait until 30 to put the other point of crew up. Okay, finish local dialect studies. A little bit of extra water and stuff. So Arwan has some significant benefit to us then, I think, as a place that is potentially adjacent to 2 more spice fields. Let's go ahead and grab this, and then I think Arwan is going to be the next target. But let's put y'all back together real quick first. The Landstrad is about to begin. Okay, so council is in session. This is a little annoying that the ongoing combat thing is appearing over top of this. Okay, so all factions gain plus 20 water, and the North Pole costs no authority to capture. 300 Solari per elected or per controlled village. All factions lose 30 Landstrad standing. That's interesting. I wonder if our Landstrad standing can go negative. I mean, we don't really have the ability to affect this vote meaningfully anyway. You know, I'm simply not participating. I don't actually care. So... Sorry, I need to hit confirm. Okay. So, House Harkonnen got some money. Everybody lost 30 Landstrad standing. It did not affect us or the smugglers. That's cool. And factions did not gain water. Alright, that's all well and good. What is special over here? Recruitment office production? Interesting. Oh, and here we have a mountainous region that cannot host a village. We have some pretty good territory, I have to say. I feel like this is a really strong start. It would be really nice if we could uncover this siege. Alright, that's very helpful. Can I... No, we're not close enough to that.
He who beat you in digging.
But at the very least, we can do this. Get our thing fully crewed, and then we probably are going to need one more body for the next push. I could make it an infiltrator, but I think I'm just going to go dumb warriors. Like a strategy where I don't have to be on top of what's going on has some value to me.
Make it worth my time.
Sorry, you would give me 2,000 dust. Sorry, Solari. In exchange for 42 spice right before the date. I mean, I don't think we'll have trouble making that up. Quite a lot of plascrete, which is maybe a real problem, and some influence, but also you won't try to murder me. You know what? I'm going to take it. We do now need to adjust this. There we go. Just stockpile enough. I think as much as I love get authority, I don't know that I want to pay a ton of resources for it, but I do definitely want to reveal the siege. You know what? Yeah, speed up a technology. That'll be fine. And we almost have the manpower for this. Okay, there we go. Once we have the 3 warriors, we'll figure that out. So, somebody come over here and check this out. Somebody come over here and check this out. We need to get eyes on these other spice fields before I can send people out to them. Ah, okay, that one is owned by a player already. And that's the Spacing Guild's bribe. We are all set.
We will help if we can.
Okay, we can build in the main settlement, at least, you know, once we have the resources to do so. I kind of want to save Plascrete for the moment, which is why I'm not like worrying about building much else in our other settlements, because I want to be able to build the Plascrete factory and then whatever else we may need in the new region.
Command. We won't waste time. Arrakis is our home. They don't belong here.
All right, well, that feels a little judgmental, but fine. Oh wait, this is the wrong village. Sorry, y'all. Don't go that way. Go this way.
We'll hunt them down. We're listening.
And what do? They give spice. Water for spice? Sure.
Arrakis is our home. What does Liet command? We'll get their water.
Alright. Group up on the melee here. So, we definitely want to trade for this. This is even more income. When the Chome opens up, I think we're going to be in a really good position to like jump on a bunch of shares real fast, which is exciting. And what do y'all give? Eventually 2 extra Fremen sibling agents. I mean, that's fine, probably. This region is probably pretty nearby in terms of when we'll take it, but let's get a couple of harvesting teams up now that we can see the stuff around here. Trying to keep things rolling. It is fast, right? We got a lot of stuff on the go here. So I kind of think we need to just devote people to Arrakis right now for the authority.
Arrakis is our home. We'll hide our tracks.
All right, just break their attacks. They're focusing on the healthier units. Handy, helpful, healthy. Oh hey, there's the polar sink. That's actually very exciting. What do I want you to do? We can have you grab some intel from this ornithopter. There's not really that much else for our agents to be doing right now, I guess. Well, this will be available in a moment. Yeah, and I do want to make sure I get to that. Now this region it's not super close. Oh, hey, the Chome market opened. Yeah, look at that. They're real cheap initially.
Fasting.
All right, you are going here, which will not be so far outside of our territory by the time you get there. Waiting on the waiting time between transactions here. Yeah, I think I'm cool to just like pour a bunch of Solari in really quickly. Because like these prices are probably approximately the lowest they're ever going to be, right? We have seen what happens to the prices overall in previous games. They are headed upward. Okay, I need more resources. I need somebody to actually reveal this spice field. But we can have an awful lot of spice gathering going on pretty quickly here. Yep, no, I know. I'm doing it. I'm working on it. We're actually going to hit that 10% production threshold like very quickly here. And I am going for it. So it seems like the next time we have the ability to buy. I mean, it says we're at 10% now. We definitely have not unlocked the Chome Prime Investor benefits.
We will help if we can.
Okay, that's going.
What does Liet?
What is next? I think is the next big question. Do we want to just try to grab Sabin? I'll tell you what. I know what I want to do next in Arrowon. Once that Plascrete thing is up, we're definitely going to build a spice silo. We need to get together the dust and the manpower for another harvesting caravan. Manpower is still a problem. 10% bonus resource production, 20% for statecraft. That's a little unfortunate, given positionally what makes sense to do here. Spice silo for sure. Water's getting a little thin. Oh, we have an event. I haven't even noticed. Renowned traveling salesman is looking for new markets on Arrakis. So we can trade 300 spice for 2,000 Solari, or we can build a single water building and get a permanent and, you know, bonusable, modifiable gain to our Solari production. That seems pretty wise. And all I would have to do there is set up a single wind trap anywhere, right? For example, here. Seems like a fine place for one. Alright, we have a space field over here. We also have Harkonnen checking it out, so that makes me a little nervous. But for the moment, they're not able to do very much. So we definitely have the resources to take over another region. Part of me wants to just keep surrounding the deep desert. And I suppose if we don't keep surrounding the deep desert, we're probably going to lose Walnut to the Harkonnen. Plus, taking that cuts off the Harkonnen from sunning. So maybe that's exactly what we should be getting on right now. Let's just go say hi to Walnoon. Walnoon will cost us 117 to take over. Pretty easy to do. Oh, and they have a siege nearby, it would seem.
Arrakis is our home. You will have it.
I don't know if this guy's headed for one of our areas, but let's just disallow that before it even begins. Why just run? Why just run like that? Now I wanna re-water before we head out. Alright, what's up with the Landsred Council? The elected faction gets reduction in manpower recruitment costs. That's certainly interesting. Ooh, a Bene Gesserit agent. Counts as 2 agents for the information level of the thing they're on. That's really interesting. That seems quite powerful. I guess it's pretty important to make sure that this doesn't happen to us, since our economy is very spice-based right now. So let's point that at somebody. And I guess it would be like the person who has the least ability to fight back, the smugglers. And I'm gonna put on it more votes than... You know what? I'm gonna put it on all of our votes because I really, really, really don't want it to happen to me. Okay, that was enough. It was never going to happen to us. I steered it off House Harkonnen. Carino gets the Bene Gesserit. Harkonnen gets the manpower reduction. Okay, it's fine. That is an acceptable outcome.
Hard work brings us peace.
My harvesting caravan apparently has chosen to take a very silly route through the desert in a way that I think is going to kill them. Make it to the border, make it to the border. Okay.
It is for the best.
Yeah, they wanted to run in the straightest possible line toward that thing instead of in like a real path, which annoys me.
We'll get them.
Okay, the Harkonnen taking this region was not a big deal. We wouldn't want them to take Guam. This region is actually adjacent to that deep desert as well. Maybe we should intervene.
He who beat you in digging, beat him in pruning.
Alright.
We'll get their water. We'll hunt them down.
So their units split into little units. That's interesting. And good for my XP, I guess.
You will have
And then we hardly took any damage there. I think it's okay to just keep going.
Of life.
Okay, we actually got all of that research finished. Sand Brotherhood is going to affect production per siege. This doesn't actually give me much ability to... this doesn't actually affect us very much. The tech itself, the Chome branch building is the one that gives you the big spice boost when the base spice exchange level is already pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. So maybe it's not critically important to push Yellow forward. I mean, obviously, crew training program and Chome support are both quite meaningful. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna just like lean really hard on this stuff. Try to get in position early. We almost have enough to do another big buy. Okay, that's got us Chome Prime Investor, which is a pretty decent percentage boost to our influence rate. We can also train mercenaries now, which is something. Let's micro my troops here. Try to take out one of them as quickly as possible, and also let's just not let their shooter shoot. Okay. Are my agents currently? They are not. Please reveal siege. We still need lots and lots and lots of manpower. I think I'm going to go ahead and claim this. Set up that water market. Our stockpile is huge. It is way bigger than it needs to be because I was not paying attention. I mean, that's fine. We can trade with it or something. But yeah, all of it into the market. We are extremely rich, actually. Oh, I'm afraid we are going to lose units here because we're about to run out of supplies, and these guys are going to starve out really fast. Oh, if we can get the village into siege, nope, we cannot. Okay, well, that's something. So no, we knew about Tadwan already. I guess that's just a really old notification. What do we have here? Okay, another siege reveal and just a bunch of intel. Those are both like fine.
Who beat you in digging, beat him in pruning.
All right, here's hoping the Harkonnen don't try to take vengeance upon me, and maybe I should be, you know, a little bit more concerned about that possibility, given that I did get aggressive with them first. Sometime very soon, we're going to be able to build in the capital. I should probably be thinking about that. So we had to completely surround this region in order to get the 5k boost, right? Surrounding a deep desert grants control over it, and that grants bonus copies of the traits of the villages in the area, right? I think. So we do need to like take each one of these over. Okay. That's maybe worth doing. You know, this is probably worth doing at this point. We have so much income.
Arrakis is our home.
So Egnet is probably next. We just need to... Yeah, I know. I'm out of manpower, and I will constantly be out of manpower. Oh, wow. That's their base right there. We are, like, right up on them. That is certainly interesting. That suggests some strategies that we might pursue to defeat them. All right, where's a siege? A Plascrete producing siege. Okay, I would like to be friendly with you. Building upkeep of the faction is reduced by 20%. That seems pretty cool. And we're producing Solari quickly enough that we should be able to crush a building in our home capital siege pretty quickly.
We're listening.
Please don't just let the ranged unit you. Don't stand for that shit. Okay, new siege shares are available to buy. We met our bribe and must prepare to meet the next bribe, but we're doing pretty well. Siege shares on the market are pretty cheap. So there's not another bonus until board member, but board member does give 15% military power. That is certainly something. And keep in mind, we can also absolutely sell stuff off later. So this is like an investment. We can reduce if we feel like we need to. So what does this village want? One village, one thing of each type. 10 Solari production when the village has at least one building of each type. Well, I'll tell you what, one thing I'm going to do for sure right away is recruitment office. We are still so desperate for manpower all of the time. Don't you conquer that. Blue might be close. That's possible. All right, give me this. We're definitely going to want to build some defenses around here. Guan and Ignit can probably cover each other a little. Okay, so we got our Chome integration. I mean, I might just keep pushing on that. Lower prices immediately. Try to make this whole thing as efficiently as possible.
Get to business.
Okay, you want to trade me a bunch of influence I don't particularly care for a bunch of resources I might actually need. I'm going to say no. Maybe I'll be sad I don't have that influence later, but it's a little hard to tell with that, you know? Okay, so what else is important? So this allows... the decoy thumper is kind of a cool one. Probably don't want to pull anybody off of Arrakis information just yet so that we can keep that open. What does Fremen Sabotage do? It's fine. It's a little... what do you call it? It's a little incremental. I might want to put someone in the Spacing Guild, both because we do actually need the manpower and because supply drops are awfully nice. Okay, we should probably build some stuff in the siege. So... we've actually got a lot of our economy developments already. I don't know that I am in a big hurry to build in the investment offices area. I'm wondering if we should just go straight to building for the big region with economics. Should probably get our administrative hall up first. Okay, now that we own this region, this is a very whatever region. Plus 10% resource production. I mean, like, we're gonna want a missile battery. We probably can't help with the defense of Walnut no matter where we put this. But if I put it, like, as far this way as possible... yeah, I can't really cover Guan or the approach to Guan at all. So I guess I just set it to defend Ignit and itself. And like a thing we really do not have the resources for right now is actually filling in militia. But also I just like, what am I going to do about it? Okay. We finally got all of our spice crews covered, which is nice. What is... Guan's going to be 113... It's going to get us a pretty decent region. It shouldn't take too long to get that much authority up. And then we're definitely going to want an airfield over here. But I think I have to do some research for that. In fact, maybe that should be a thing to consider. Are you allowed to build airfields right off the bat? Oh, right, we don't do that. Sorry, we have thumpers. So never mind. Disregard that concern. We're all good, actually. I don't think I'm interested in stopping them from getting Sadiel.
Arrakis is our home.
Okay.
We're going.
I do not think this is a thing where we need to bring a sandworm. We don't need to alert Shai Hulud to these happenings. We do, however, need more bodies. So mercenaries cost 500 Solari each. And you know, they have ranged units. Or they are proper ranged units. They don't have the crappy trait. You know what? Get me a warrior and a mercenary.
At your service, as long as you pay.
I think some mercenaries are actually a really good fit for the Fremen military. Also, apparently they're like instant.
On it.
Please go around the big desert.
Let's go.
Okay, there we go. Now it is safe to walk over here. Landsrad incoming. So, raise relationship to truce with every other faction. Note it doesn't have that thing about getting out of a truce being more expensive. Bonus resources from pillaging villages and sieges. It's not a thing I do a lot, but I probably could be doing it more. Or really a lot cheaper buildings. I don't think this is a big deal for us. We have enough influence that I would like to get in on this. I kind of want to... the thing is, I kind of don't need any of these. You know what? I might just hold... Spend 10 influence to increase the priority of this charter. Charters with higher priorities will get added to the agenda. You can only support the addition of a charter to the thing once somebody has the prerequisites. Okay, that's interesting. I cannot be eligible for anything. We're just not respected. All right, I honestly don't know. I'm gonna just not vote on any of these. Okay, smugglers are getting fed a little bit. Maybe a thing to be concerned about.
We're here. Moving.
Okay, what do we want our agent doing next? There's got to be one of these points of interest that makes sense. Yeah, that.
We won't waste time.
Yeah, the one big downside about this deep desert here is that it is really awkward to get my units from the home base
What does Liet command?
over to the stuff on the other side of the desert. Okay, more buildings in Siege Tower. So, bonus authority production, pretty obviously good. Plus 10 water, plus 1 water per wind trap. Spice production rate way up. Or rather, spice exchange rate, not production rate way up. I mean, a whole bunch of extra water is awfully nice. This will be really good, though, when we're in that position. And the spice exchange rate is almost high enough for that to be a real thing.
We're listening.
What have we here? A settled higher egg.
What do you need?
Okay, seeing a lot of red expansion around us. I'm going to go ahead and just construct a missile battery here as well. If we can't get some militia up in these places, though, it's not going to matter too much. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, I guess gather up on that one. And the one guy who's not in combat yet, still gotta give him the runaround a little bit here. That's concerning.
We're going. Yes. On our way. They don't belong here. What does Liet command? We're listening.
Alright, y'all just gather up. Oh, hey, a siege that's already inside of my territory. That's a little scary. We're a little low on water, but I think we'll figure it out. Alright, so the Harkonnen clearly are. They're feeling a little bit aggressive. I think we are going to have to devote the next chunk of our manpower to buying units just to slow them down. All right, got our crew training program. Let's get Chom support as well. Let's do it. We have the resources to buy another share or another set of shares. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're still plus 300, so like the Solari are coming in pretty quickly. Well, I don't. Am I in a position where I need to rush up because we're not going to get another benefit for a while? And we've probably scared everybody else into thinking that it's not worth like directly competing at the moment. You know what? I'm going to save.
At your service, as long as you pay. We'll get their water.
Alright, try to take that again. Hopefully they won't try any more shenanigans for a minute. Should be easier this time too.
We will help if we can. What does Liet command?
Okay, there we go. Ah, they threw a defense sabotage at me. It's just now ending. So this region doesn't really matter what we build here. Kind of thinking maybe another recruitment office, honestly. Like, we are so desperate for recruitment. We need such a large amount of manpower. And we're gonna be at like openly at war with the Harkonnen real soon. Also, all of our crews could go up to 4. All of our harvesting crews could go up to 4 crew members. So we have a lot of things that we could set our manpower to, in addition to the obvious need to maintain a pretty large army. This is an interesting region here. The Moondew Vale. Ground units lose supply slower. Buildings consume no water. Yeah, wow. Actual plant life. Wild. There's a lot of like interesting regions around us, hegemony-wise. That's the Well of Riches down there. You know, honestly, if we could run out the Harkonnen like pretty early in the game, that would be awfully valuable. Ah, bloody hell. Alright, now that this theoretically can handle itself, let's
Let's go.
I'm gonna thump. This is sand. All of this is sand. Yeah, they don't. Okay. Y'all step over here, I guess.
On it. We'll move fast.
Am I allowed to? Okay, I'm allowed to place here. Place here. Deliver to there. All right. Yeah, we really desperately need to fill in a lot of like backspace. And I think we're gonna go for the recycling vats. We're going for that 10% bonus Solari production as quickly as possible. Also, our stockpile has hit the bribe size, so we can pull back on that. Okay. There's our pal. Your friend and mine, Shai Hulud. Please back up. Do not engage in melee combat with that nerd.
Let's go.
Okay.
We are listening.
Yeah, I'm gonna just make sure we kill one of them. I guess it's not actually necessary, but we're probably running back to Lake Walnoon anyway. It doesn't cost us anything to pursue this guy enough to put his body's moisture upon the earth. Well, upon the dune, anyway. Right away, huh? All right, that's fine. We can make the run to Ignit. Gonna need defenses here as well. Gonna need militia here.
We are listening. We'll hide our tracks. We are here.
All right, let's send y'all in first.
You are paying for it.
Yeah, a lot of aggression from our enemies, but fortunately they just don't seem to care very much. I think this feels a lot like sort of probing rather than real violence, or real attempts at violence even. Just scanning around here for interesting stuff. Well, I mean, we can always have our agents doing this, right? Let's gather some more scraps from the cruiser.
At your service, as long as you pay.
Alright, so it seems like when we take down one of those Harkonnen split units, we do get XP for the initial kill and then for the kills afterward. So honestly, those are pretty good.
Arrakis is our home.
Yeah. Okay, this siege has become friendly. You know, the bonus agents might actually be really useful. Let's go ahead and commit that. I know we're paying a point of influence into them that way, which is a little not ideal. How are we doing with y'all? We're not high. Okay. So we got these siblings. They produce extra intel, which, like, it definitely makes you... Oh, and they can't be captured. That's interesting. Is that true for both of them? It is. Well, that makes me want to play them on players. Right? Let's learn some things about the people that are being aggressive with us. Let's actually prep that supply drop. Okay. Alright, and we have missile defenses and at least basic troops up in all of those regions. All of the border regions with the Harkonnen. And Arawan can be next. This siege is friendly. Oh no, these are old notifications. I feel like I dismiss these and then they just come back. Alright, so as soon as this is no longer reading as under siege. I have 0. I have actually no water. Okay, well, please build me one of those. That's a reasonable thing to construct here.
We're listening.
Yeah, I'm trading too much of my water away.
Liet,
Actually, maybe I'll just hang out right here for a second. Alright, the siege. We just built a water building. Right. That will help. Yeah. We have... You're forming up. So for surrounding this thing, we have 2 regions left. Tua Alsan is a good place to build another wind trap. Halon seems to be kind of nothing, but, you know, it encloses the thing. Yeah, it's still worth the trouble, for sure. What happened to my mercenary is just gone. Also, while I was not paying attention, we ended up with a shit ton of money because we sure do produce money quickly. So, first things first, with all this money and space and everything, I kind of think I want to put military buildings in the 2 spot here. Plus manpower production. Yeah, let's really power up the main base as quickly as possible. A renowned sword master from Ginaz is visiting your palace. You could try to convince him to join your service. We can get a Fedakin. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's probably close. For each military unit in combat with this unit, it gains power and armor. So we either need to kill 8 militia units or resolve 3 discoveries outside our territory with military units. That one doesn't seem like it should be all that hard. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know that we even need to hit this water cellar caravan with our agents. I feel like we're probably good. At least for a little while on influence, on authority rather. Right, we need 120 and then 105. I will want to grab Aerolab eventually anyway, but are there any other ones nearby? There's that, but our agent's getting it. So yeah, it'll be run west and grab this stuff. Well, not opposed. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my mercenary unit. Did it supply out? Maybe they do have a limited duration and I just didn't notice it.
Yes, Liet.
What's up? No thanks. I don't need that.
We won't waste time.
We have gone through a lot of Plascrete very quickly.
We're going.
We'll have somebody grab that. Oh, we paid our bribe, and we should prep for the next bribe.
What does Liet command?
Okay, the Siege is throwing garbage at us. Gear regulations to reduce the power of some of our opponents might be wise, so we can throw our whole maximum influence supply at it. Elected faction gets a reduction in Solari upkeep. No information level required for easy or medium missions, and it has a Landsrad standing attached to it. I don't actually care about Landsrad standing in this game, but I do feel like I want the Harkonnens to have a massive penalty to their military power. Okay. 206. There were 6 minor house votes. This didn't happen. Carino gets the economic benefits. All right, I think that's fine. You know what? I am gonna... Oh, right, I can't build there because now the region's in combat. How annoying. Well, that'll get wrapped up soon. Sandworm detected. There isn't actually even an undeploy button here, so I think we don't do anything about that. I think we're just good.
Arrakis is our home.
Alright, y'all stand right here. This is still like decent wind trap region. Oh, also I need a processing plant.
Liet.
Because we actually do like have a processing plant here thing.
Does Liet command?
Why don't you also grab this while I'm here? Because, you know, intel is actually pretty valuable. We're producing it at a decent clip now, but still valuable. All right. Do we want to... Do I want to hire on some more mercenaries? I probably do want to start juicing up my army a little bit. At some point, enemies will be producing enough units that the skirmishers will be reasonable. I don't think we need them now. I think I'm going to pull 2 mercenaries.
What do you need? We're listening.
And we're going to move them very carefully around this desert. Actually, you know what? If I also grab 2 warriors on this side, we can just have them descend down this side. Start handling these regions.
We will help if we
Right.
can.
Get your water, friend. Get a reduction in the research time of a technology. Alright, so we got our chome support. This is probably a good time to start thinking about the military, right? Plus 1 militia slot and plus 50% militia health per neutral neighboring village. So that's a factor that I feel like we're not really under control of. Oh, right. That controlled deep desert thing is not... It's not just a quality of deep deserts. It comes from Air of Arrakis. So this might be a good thing to research now that we're actually looking like we're gonna be doing a little bit of that.
We're listening. We're going.
All right. We're going to run out here and try to complete this quest.
Make
You
it
would
worth
give
my
me
time.
an awful lot of money for some stuff that I can part with. Yeah. We're still, even with that trade where we sold off some spice, we're still on track to hit the bribe. And now we have such an amount of money. And the cost of chome shares is falling. Yeah, let's push. Let's do a little push. How's this going? It's going.
We will help if we can. Liet will move fast.
So what's that going to do? That's going to get us... Oh, we can't actually... Shoot. That one doesn't actually react to being probed with a military unit in the way I would like. Okay, so you run over here to grab that. You run to grab some metals. And you run to grab that. And here's hoping that that actually all just works out. And we don't lose all of our units in the desert. It would be very embarrassing considering they're Fremen and everything. Okay, so I might want to load up some Fremen sabotage. I kind of want to load up a decoy thumper, honestly. I could put you on the Spacing Guild and maybe try to prep for an EMP bomb. Awakening the people requires spies in the chome, and I don't know how powerful the rebellions are. It feels to me like they would have to be pretty powerful for this to be very meaningful. Is you want to do it alongside a military push, but yeah, I'm curious, certainly. All right, I'm going to put you on this. We're going to try to get access to some of these other operation types. And
Arrakis is our home.
of course, y'all came out in the wrong direction.
We're listening. You will have it.
It's messy business coming out. You know, just take it any way you'll survive it. All right, I'd really like to get this done and get these 3 back on something that matters. Okay, so reveal a siege. Okay. Plus knowledge. I will trade water for knowledge, for sure. Okay, a big bonus to the health of all your militia. I think that's definitely worth having.
We will help if we can.
Get you some metals and run that way. And then get you this. And that has unlocked the ability to give this Swordmaster a taste of Arrakis. We took him on tour doing all kinds of weird agent stuff. He's totally into it. And now we just have this melee unit with 20 power. Seems pretty fantastic. And I'm just going to have these three start in on Aralab. Well, I'm going to have these three start in on Tuo Alsan. Okay, construction is possible again in the siege. I see no reason not to go barracks. Just get our armor bonus really quickly as well.
We will help if we can.
Go get him.
Down. Arrakis belongs to the Fremen.
Truer words never spoken there, friend.
Favor. We are listening.
Okay. Well, we are actually going to have a surrounded, what do you call it? We're actually going to have a surrounded deep desert. And I think probably we're not even going to lose anything in the interim. Seems like the attacks have mostly calmed down. Give me more information about sieges. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of terrain to manage here and a weird border with the Harkonnen. But hopefully that's not going to last too long because we're just going to kill all the Harkonnen. Alright, give me that. Here we need that. Where is it? Processing plant that I didn't build yet. I also need to actually remember to keep buying Chom shares. The thing about Chom share buying is that it happens on the Chom menu, which is not a menu that I have open all that often. And at this point, I think we can zoom around and hit all of our harvesting crews with the manpower. I think we can douse them with additional helpers. Because we actually have a pretty good rate of income, and I think our army is a reasonable size. Okay, that one's maxed out, and then it's just the very first one, right? Yeah. House Carino has entered their truce with me. I don't know that that's actually a thing to worry about too much. I think we probably want our army hanging out around Ignit. This is sort of the center of the dangerous part of our empire. And Alsan... Statecraft building production and +3 Solari per military building. Well, I think I do want a wind trap here at the very least. It's a very high wind area. And the Harkonnen are not adjacent to it just yet. So we probably don't need to be in a huge hurry to build defenses. And we got ourselves a deep desert. Neat. And we almost have the technology that makes that good. More sieges. Dumras. Okay, for more spice, I'll take that. And eventually +4 knowledge. That's quite a significant trait. Alright, we're still on track for that. We're still exceedingly rich. Doing a pretty okay job controlling the Chom market for the moment. Yeah, I'm feeling all right about our start. Okay, spacing guild bribe is due soon. Not really a thing to notify me about in bright red because we're okay on that. We're all set. Okay, so effective village quirks are applied 2 more times, plus 20% militia power to all the villages around the desert. And we have an authority bonus from the control of the desert. And the thing is, we have another desert, right? I'm going to grab us desert watchers right now just for the extra militia slot on stuff around here, but we're probably going to want to go into survival training and other things like that pretty soon. Okay, there is another deep desert nearby. It's not like super close. But yeah, so all of these village quirks are tripled up. Like this village very badly needs a statecraft building of some kind. Probably knowledge. Because that'll activate both of its quirks. And we need to, sort of go around and make sure that we're doing that. A lot of our villages do not have particularly awesome quirks. This one also needs an expansion of its types. Okay, so just plus 30% resource production in this region, which is pretty significant considering it is a plasteel region. Yeah, pretty good. I think we're in good shape here. We have a good setup, at least. And for the most part, we're just waiting on some numbers. For the most part, I'm just trying to get our feet underneath us. Yeah, get me some more manpower, actually. We could really use it. Construction is complete in the siege, in the siege, but we are real low on plasteel for the moment. Plastcrete. Okay, Harkonnens think they're going to do a thing. I think they are mistaken. Do y'all want to run over there and steal that money from them? They did just shuttle a unit down, which is interesting. I wonder, are they going to stop me from taking this? It doesn't... does not look like they want to fight over it, actually. Not that I even really need the money desperately, but I'll certainly take it. Looks like actually they're thinking about attacking blue. And we're catching shit from another siege. Or wait, maybe it's all a fake out. Alright, let me make sure we grab this. Y'all get over here just in case. Oh, this village never got militia. Well, shoot. Nor did it get automated defenses. For right now, run this way. It doesn't look like they're actually after us. They might be running to take sub in, which obviously we would have some problems with. I will say a thing to them about it if they attempt it. And also a Lance Red Council. Okay. Somebody could gain 30 standing. Economy development completion speed is decreased. I kind of like this because we have all of our important economy developments already, so this is just kind of like a pain in the ass to everybody else. I do not want labor rights to happen. We have a pretty large standing army, and I don't see that changing. So actually, I might just oppose this one. Yeah, I kind of think I'm going to throw in full opposition on that. Okay, and it's a good thing I did, because there was some significant support. Okay, economic investigations passed without me. The Harkonnen and Carino also wanted it. I guess everybody feels that they're all set on that. And we just hit 10,000 hegemony. More Chom shares dumped onto the market. It's going to drop the price a little bit. So at 10,000 hegemony, we have knowledge of enemy alliances with sieges, and our allied sieges have a settlement capable of hosting a specialized industry. So like Tadawon gets an industry slot. Plus 200% trade resources with this siege. Plus 5% Solari production. Plus 30% spice to harvesting teams in this region and its neighbors. That one's a little unfortunate. Okay, just some raw plastcrete. Ooh. Way better control of our thumpers is interesting. Every siege and every allied or neutral village gains bonus stats. That's something. 10% to all your military units power. That's also something. Just get Chris knives for everybody. +1 knowledge per neutral village in this region and its neighbors is rough, because, like, obviously it's an area where we have a lot of control. Wow, 20 water is a lot, or 0.1 knowledge per positive water is also interesting. The one that's just raw knowledge output, yeah, I feel like you're usually going to get more from the Terraforming Research Hub. I don't know. It's positional, I suppose. Gosh, there's still so much territory around us. Ooh, wow, the desolation is brutal. Okay, so there's a lot going on in the world, and I've been trying to stay relatively focused here. So we are maybe not, like, in the most secure footing everywhere, but I do feel pretty good about the situation that we've set up, the air of Arrakis we've got on this desert that's giving our frontal regions a good amount of support. We have friendly sieges in a couple of critical areas, which is nice, and we might be able to get some cool industry effects from them. We have a lot of decisions to make, and there's a lot going on. That's basically always going to be the case. I think we're going to wrap up this siege and then call it for the day, though. I really wanted to make sure we got the deep desert. Okay, a little bit of manpower. So you're all set on manpower. We can finally cap off this team and then not have to think about that again. This village really should have militia, and it is really building. Or at least it will be once this is under control. And then it also is for real gonna need a missile battery. Okay, there we go. So that should prevent it from suffering too much on that front. Okay, and what those Harkonnen troops did was they ran over and they attacked Adnan. I guess that's fine. Okay, we're trading with a lot of sieges. We have a lot going on. Yeah, we're doing well in a lot of ways. Let me actually see about getting us one more chome share thing, and then we'll call it for the day. Jeez, all of a sudden we are like ridiculously awash in intel. Quite a lot of authority as well, which we could use to expand out and grab, just like steal some stuff off of Red. Because I'm thinking, like, if we can take like Arn Essek, that gives us a very quick, very direct route to attack Carthag, and it cuts off their economy on, like, it really limits how much territory they could have. That might be the approach. Okay, there we go. Chome prices are falling, and we are going to get in big. We are at, what was my current read? 23%. So 30% is actually very close. That military unit power bonus is going to be real helpful fighting another player like this. And then, why do I have a warrior over there? Hold on, let me make sure that this warrior gets back home.
We're listening.
What on earth did I have you doing? Yeah, okay. We are prepped. We have a position. We have some plans. We are ready to do some harm. And I think that is where we are going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're going to be continuing this game, I swear to you. And hopefully continuing it to the violent end of at least one of our neighbors. And from there, I feel like we're on top of this. I feel good. This is a feeling that usually accompanies, or usually immediately precedes, something going horribly awry. So I guess come back next time to find out what that is. And we'll see you then.